This is the secret chart that helped me predict Bitcoin's bottom when we were at 16,000. It's also the same exact secret chart that 140 days ago helped me predict that the market cycle was about to see a surprise correction. You know, both of them played out, and this secret chart has another huge hidden message that I need to share with you in today's video. Let's get into it. Time is almost up. Doors about to close, prices about to go up. This is your last chance to finally break free from your financial worries. Normally, our comprehensive membership costs almost $7,000, but for a limited time, you can access it immediately for just $960, an incredible 86% savings. Immediately unlock live trading sessions, over 200 mini courses, weekly market reports, daily chart alerts, and a step-by-step blueprint to finally break free from your financial worries. Plus, you'll get 2 months free and 3 free trade alerts worth over $2,400. For less than $3 per day, change your whole life and your family's future. Join tons of our winning members like Pat, who is up over 50% in just 4 months. Worried about commitment? You can cancel anytime. Seats are limited and filling up fast. Don't miss out. Time is almost out. Prices about to go up. Visit cryptocrewuniversity.com now. Clock is ticking. Here we are on the Bitcoin US dollar index, and we are on the 2-week chart. What we have down below is my favorite indicator. It's my custom indicator. It combines the 3 most powerful indicators that I use to trade in and out of Bitcoin combined into one indicator. This is a custom indicator. It's not for sale, but some people were able to get it with a past sale. You can't buy it now, but I do want to share with you what power it has and the huge message it wants to share with you now. So let's take a look at this. What we have is a yellow zone down below and a yellow zone up above. Simply put, what I want you to understand is that this indicator also ranges from a high of 100 and goes down to a scale of 0. Now, on a 2-week time frame, you do not see anything get close to 0. You can see the lowest numbers were actually around 20. But once we enter into this zone of roughly below 33, we enter an absolute best time to buy. And whenever we get above this zone of about 80, we enter some of the best times to take profit. And then whenever we get up into the zone we were at previously, around 92, that's when Bitcoin was at 73,500, when the market was on fire and everyone thought 100K is next. Bitcoin was rising every single day and nobody was looking at anything bearish. And we put out a video covering this chart right here saying that there was a surprise correction. We spent the next 140 days never getting close to that 73,500. It's been 140 days of hell for most people in the crypto market, wondering what the hell happened to their favorite altcoin and what is going on with Bitcoin and when are we going to get out of this funk and when are we actually going to have a bull run? Well, I have some news for you because this chart is ridiculously powerful and what it's saying to you is really going to go against the grain. Now, as we look at it, I have this red line drawn on the chart. Now, I know that it's highly probable you don't have this indicator. That's okay. I'm going to cover it here and I'll keep you updated. And a select few of people signed up when we had a special sale on this, and congrats to you. It's not for sale anymore. But here we are talking about the structure here. Structure is so important, right? This red line started back in June 22. Think about that for a second. More than 2 years ago, we started building structure on this trend line here, right? We had 1 pivot point, 2 pivot points, 3 pivot points, and we just had our 4th pivot point directly on this red line here. At the same time, we've made some higher highs continuously, and we've made some higher lows continuously. That by definition is an uptrend. Now, some of the other structures we've looked at in Bitcoin had broken market structure. This structure is still intact And this one I trust more than anything because this is the one I quite literally use to enter trades. This is my custom indicator. So I love this thing. Now, what it's saying to you is like, look, we're in an uptrend, right? We've had continuous higher highs, continuous higher lows. We've respected structure. And just recently, the moves that we've seen off of this, it was plummeting. And we bounced off of our structure, which is a really healthy sign. Now, what's coming next? It could take the world by storm. And it would present something that nobody's going to want to see. Nobody's going to want to really face reality. And it's going to be, a tough pill to swallow. But I need to be the one to break it down to you. So once again, this top zone, Bitcoin enters it precisely 2 times in every single market cycle. Take a look. 2013, we come all the way up here, we get resistance, we come back down, we enter this cycle, and we have our first time entering this cycle when Bitcoin had its first preliminary top. Then we came crashing down. The market corrected about 75%. We came crashing back down here. And then we rallied all the way back up, sneaking into this yellow zone for the second time in the market cycle, representing our market cycle top. We fast forward to the next cycle. Next cycle, we have our market cycle bottom. Our bull run starts, our most textbook bull run in history. And we get above this yellow line, entering a preliminary top right around 3,000. And if you remember the glory days of 3,000, this was a pivotal time in Bitcoin's history. And we had a big correction and people were freaked out. They freaked out. But we actually came down to a moving average and we told everybody, chill out. This is still the bull run, even though it was a preliminary top. But we came back to this structure here, which this white line has held form for 14 years. I mean, dating back to 2011, dating back to this pivot point, this one, all the way to this one, even recently in 2023. But we're in that 3,000. We have a correction. We hold this market structure. We get denied by this yellow line. We come back to hold that structure yet again. Then we break into this yellow again for the second time, marking exactly the market cycle top. Notice a trend? Every single cycle so far enters that yellow zone precisely twice, with the second being the absolute top, with the first being some sort of preliminary top where people are confused and then we have a correction from there and then people get even more confused and they think, is that the top? What's going on? The facts are the facts, right? The first one is that preliminary top. The second one is the real one. Now let's go to the next market cycle. Next market cycle, we have our bottom here. The bull run starts. We entered into this yellow zone the first time when we were really overextended, right? Anytime we enter this yellow zone, the market is really, really overextended. We don't stay in this yellow zone for months and months and just hang out. It doesn't happen that way. Look at the history. We enter this yellow zone, it's like, oh crap, we're way overextended, time to correct. We enter this yellow zone, oh crap, time to correct. We enter this yellow zone, oh my God, time to correct. We don't hang out there for 4, 5, 6, 7 months. It doesn't happen that way. Time is almost up. Doors about to close, prices about to go up. This is your last chance to finally break free from your financial worries. Normally, our comprehensive membership costs almost $7,000, but for a limited time, you can access it immediately for just $960, an incredible 86% savings. Immediately unlock live trading sessions, over 200 mini courses, weekly market reports, daily chart alerts, and a step-by-step blueprint to finally break free from your financial worries. Plus, you'll get 2 months free and 3 free trade alerts worth over $2,400. For less than $3 per day, change your whole life and your family's future. Join tons of our winning members like Pat, who is up over 50% in just 4 months. Worried about commitment? You can cancel anytime. Seats are limited and filling up fast. Don't miss out. Time is almost out. Prices about to go up. Visit CryptoCrewUniversity.com now. Clock is ticking. We enter this when we're really overextended, which is why I sat here in this chair confidently when we were at 73,500 and I said a surprise correction is coming. We were really overextended and it wasn't going to last long. And it happened to be later that day that we started to see a massive drop. And then everyone's like, oh my God, Steve is from the future. How does he do it? We have to give respect to the charts. I trust the charts, and that's the key difference. A lot of people won't trust the chart. They'll look at it and they'll say, maybe this time's different. You got to trust it. That's where you can really excel, is start to really trust what the charts are saying, not what you emotionally want to happen. Of course, I would emotionally want Bitcoin just to go up and never to go down. Of course, we have to be realistic. Men lie, women lie, the charts don't lie. Grandma Betty's not undefeated. The charts are undefeated. Now, when you look at it, you say, okay, the first time the preliminary top was here, boom, 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 rejection, support, support. We had double bottom, which is a trend reversal to the upside. We see a W pattern. W pattern is always bullish. It means that we have double bottom and we are heading up. Plain and simple. Boom, market cycle top. Next one, we entered the first time here. Market really overextended, market on fire. If you followed my channel at the time, there was a gravestone doji on a weekly. We covered it and everyone's like, haha, cute gravestone doji. Never heard of it, not gonna do anything. Okay, well, it plummeted prices from 14 to 3. Now it's got your attention. Now we plummeted down here. We rose, it took us a long time to get back into this zone. And then right up at our market cycle top, boom, we entered this yellow zone again. For the second time, right? Our first time, that preliminary top, and that was the real top, okay? So market cycle after market cycle, we've had 2 in this yellow zone, right? Outside of the preliminary, the first ever market cycle Bitcoin saw, the 2011, we just entered this one time because this was still, Bitcoin was just born. This isn't even a real market cycle yet, right? Entered one time here, 2 times every time since. So in other words, for the past 11 years, we've entered 2 times. So why is that important? Well, we had our double top. We had incredibly, ridiculously strong bearish divergence. You can see our high here, our lower high here, and with price, we had a high and a higher high. We technically had a double top. However, it was ridiculously strong bearish divergence, and the charts won again. Go figure. What a surprise. The charts win. Now, when you see that, we plummeted in price. We had the market cycle bottom. Cool. We already know what happened at the bottom. We start forming this structure, and the market got on fire during this point. This is when we had the 2-week stochastic RSI cross, when we just went sky high, right? This move was not sustainable. I told you while we were in that move, it wasn't sustainable. But your emotional side was like, maybe this time's different. This time wasn't different. It was not sustainable. Any move like that is not sustainable. If you watch my videos when we were on our way to 14, I was telling you it was not sustainable. And everyone's like, oh my God, Steve, why can't you just tell us it's going to be bullish every day? I want you to say that. But you come here because I tell you the facts. Usually it's what you don't want to hear. When you want me to tell you it's going to drop a lot lower, I usually tell you it's going to go higher. And you're like, damn, why doesn't he just tell me what I want to hear? And then when you want me to tell you prices are going to explode, I usually tell you we're about to crash, like I did at 73,500. So you come here because you get real information based on purely facts and not my emotional opinion. So we entered this yellow zone once. The writing was on the wall, was not sustainable. A surprise correction was coming, and we had it. And luckily, so far, we've come right down to this market structure that we've been forming for 2 years. And we're holding there. And at the same time, we're seeing a bounce from that structure, which tells us so far we've respected the hell out of that structure, right? That's a great sign. What I need to tell you next is if we see a bounce from here and we see some type of moves to the upside, we don't want to get close to this yellow line because we already know what that means. We entered there once already. Now, what's interesting, if we start to understand, well, how long in between the first and the second one? You can see from our first time here, the first to the second time entering is about 230 days. And this one was about 200 days. So we've got about 200 days. We got about 200 days. And this one was a little bit longer gap in between because this was 560, because this one was really unorthodox. This was such an unorthodox. This happened in phase 1, right? This happened in phase 3, and this happened in phase 4. This was in phase 3, this was in phase 4, this was in phase 1. This one happened to be in phase 3. So it's more in line with this cycle and this cycle. It's not in line with this cycle because this is phase 1 and we had to wait all the way until phase 5 to really see this play out. So when we look at this cycle, we want to understand, okay, 200 days from this time that we entered would bring us to roughly where? Because that would pretty much be similar to this 2013 and the 2017. Again, this is just an approximation of what the data has been saying. This is in no way, shape, or form some idea of a guess. But we want to understand if we were to do something similar to 2013 and something similar to 2017, roughly, where would it take us and would that make sense? So when we drag it out about 200-ish days from that time that we entered, we're talking about, October-ish area this year as being a time that we could potentially enter this yellow zone. Again, that's if the market structure holds, that if the weekly and the 2-week combine together and bring us in. But again, that would be an early end to the bull run because it would be likely if we got near this yellow channel that would be it for Bitcoin. And usually the tops happen when nobody expects them. When we're at a top, everybody will be saying that we're going to go a lot higher, that it's just the beginning. There's never been a top where the majority of people are like, you know what? This could be the top. That never happens. So it's so hard to control your emotion if and when we get to that point. But I wanted to bring this to your attention. We are a lot closer to being inside of this channel for the second time than you think, okay? So we will keep an eye on this, and I will keep you up to date. If we start heading closer and closer, you come right back here for more updates. Hit that subscribe button. Josh says, Steve's courses in FFA have transformed my trading in just a few weeks. Peter says, you changed my life. JW said, don't be stupid, sign up. If I can make 16 times my money, you can for sure. When Lambo said, joining the FFA was the best decision of my life. I want to help transform your life next. Join our exclusive community, limited time only, CryptoCrewUniversity.com. Is my yearly plan too much? Not to worry. We have a cheaper monthly price. Check it out now, CryptoCrewUniversity.com.